Actually, it's the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet, get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here. Try to run this play in the alley.
What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. You can find me on Twitter at Packers_access. You can email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. Text us, 865-658-5824. I'm joined alongside Tim live in Green Bay. Got a fresh fade. Looking good over there, right? We got Emilio in the house down here in Tennessee. And we got Jacob the Beard just hanging out, fresh off the gym, right? Mm-hmm. Been to the gym today, Jacob?
Oh, yeah. I was in the gym for quite a while, Clayton.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I ain't been to the gym in so long, dude. Oh, my gosh. You kidding me? I always tell people, if you ever see me running, start running too, because I ain't running for exercise. I promise you that. There's something after us. How was everybody's day? Tim, what'd you get into today, man? Is that blizzard hit you guys yet, or is it already passed?
No, it's came and went. We got a little bit of snow this morning, so
a little bit, 3 feet, just a little bit,
just a little bit, little dusting, and then just in time for it to be 58 degrees this weekend. So yeah, did a little driveway work, but that's about it. Nothing major.
Yeah, boy.
Got my ears lowered today. Just
nice.
little errands.
We had some 60-mile-an-hour winds flow through up here in JC. Emilio, what about you down there in the
I had some pretty rough thunderstorms rolled through for a little while there. Yeah, I had to go in. I had to go into the enclosed for a little bit and hang out in the covered trailer. But besides that, no, it wasn't too bad. Windy though.
Gotcha. Jacob was bringing the thunder at the gym, obviously. So just getting Date Mock, fired up there, ready to roll. So want to say shout out to Zane here. See, I had it fixed, Emilio, and now Jacob's face is covered again.
No.
There we go. Got it.
There you go.
Zane Strong gifting 5 Packer Fan Total Access memberships. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. That'll put 5 more people in the next giveaway, which I've got a couple jerseys over here. I got to eyeball. I got to get through the stack and see what we want to give away next for sure. I know a couple other people have wanted to make donations, and I've been turning them down, but we may take them up on that offer too, because I know Bates's giveaway was a big hit, man.
I'm always accepting jersey donations.
I'll hop on that bandwagon.
We already owe Mrs. Green an autographed card, right? There's no doubt about that. So
hey, as long as it's Aaron Jones, she'll be happy.
Exactly. Appreciate you, Zane. You're the man, buddy. Thank you so much. Josh in the chat said, "This is why I love the PTA Posse family. People take care of each other. We can be funny yet serious, and nobody hateful. All love and respect. That's why we try to keep it, man. If we get a knucklehead in here, we will give them the old Roadhouse in a heartbeat. I promise you that. I know AFAM's already been on one in here, ain't he, fellas? He's on fire. AFAM says Jacob was busy looking up, what is that, brioche French toast recipes?
Brioche, and I do like brioche. Yeah.
Jacob,
that's for that morning breakfast, right?
Hi, I'm Date Mike. Nice to meet me. How do you like your eggs in the morning?
No, Jacob does that Hawaiian roll French toast.
Oh, hey, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Hawaiian rolls. Hey, raise your hand if you like Hawaiian rolls.
Oh yeah,
sure. I haven't met one person who doesn't. Dude. They're unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Boz getting on the Eric Sutherland bandwagon here. He just said rig. It's rig, boys. It's rig. Chad Inc. asking about Omer. Omer was in here a couple days ago, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been hitting me on Twitter a little bit. Hopefully he pops back in. I don't know, Chad. You say something to him, man? What'd you do to Omer?
Also, is like 2:00 in the morning there every time we go live.
Very true. Unless he's out of the French brothel somewhere late at night. Probably in the bed. You know what I mean? But Chad Inc. also confirms. He says Hawaiian rolls are the bomb. True story. All right, so we had a little bit of news drop earlier today. Kind of cool. Got us a new, some people were calling it a restructure. Some people were calling it a pay cut. Some people are calling it, why are we kicking the can down the road? And then we find out an hour later that we weren't kicking the can down the road. So here's what we got, guys. Preston Smith, Packers cap move. First of all, I think this is really, really cool. I want to point this out to you guys. Tom Silverstein, Stone, whatever you want to say.
Spoon.
You know, we always talk about Tom Silverstein. He kind of brings the Goody approach, right? I always mention, I feel like he's kind of the mouthpiece for the organization. They've built up so much respect there over the years. It seems like when Tom reports something, it kind of feels like it's coming from the team side, the team's perspective, right? Which I absolutely love, because if we get into the history segment today, we're going to hear about Art Daly and Lee Rammel, more specifically Art Daly, who was a sports editor, I believe, at the Green Bay Press-Gazette back in the day. And the way they covered the team was they protected the team, man. They tried to keep it respectful for the team. And they knew how fragile the Packers were in such a small market in a very volatile time in professional football. And they didn't want to do anything to hurt the value of the team, right? And I kind of feel like that's how Tom approaches covering the team, and I really like and respect that. But he said the Packers cap move, talking about Preston Smith, with outside linebacker Preston Smith, ESPN reported the move first, included $1.9 million coming off his $5.7 base, source said. In exchange, he got up to $4 million in sack incentives. He'll need at least 10 to draw on that. But in the new D, he won't be dropping into coverage much. So you notice how he kind of said he didn't come in here and just say Preston Smith took a pay cut, right? It was like, hey, look, he can make more than that in incentives, right? In sack incentives. I love how he painted that picture, right? Kind of like, okay, this is a good deal for both parties. Now here's Rob Domofsky's reporting of it. He said, looks like Preston Smith will indeed be back for another season in Green Bay, and he had quote tweeted Phil Yates. Phil Yates said the Packers and outside linebacker Preston Smith have agreed to a restructured contract that creates $2.4 million in cap space for the team in 2024. Smith's compensation for this year is now $10 million, so his cap hit drops all the way down to $10 million. Now, Rob Domofsky ended up replying to his own tweet there, kind of extending it, and says Smith was supposed to make $12.4 million this season. Looks like a straight pay cut to stay with the Packers for another year. He's coming off a solid season, but at 31 years old, he probably figures he won't get $20 million in free agency if he's released. This is very similar to like David Bakhtiari we're talking about. You got to weigh the pros and cons of, okay, if I play hardball here and they cut me loose, can I get X amount of dollars that would make up the difference and me having to pack my family up and move them, right? So it sounds like basically he agreed to take a pay cut there. And what's cool is we talked about this, guys. We had the names on the list we had were Bakhtiari, Kenny Clark, Jair Alexander, Aaron Jones, Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary, Elton Jenkins, and Devondre Campbell. And we had talked about the clearable cap that was attached to them. We cut that in half and then even said it would probably be half of that if they do decide to clear cap, right? And then out to the side, we had the number that if they were just cut outright, what would change about the cap. So when it comes to Preston Smith, we now on this list, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players, and we've hit 2 of them so far. Okay. So 2 of the 8 have now had their deals somewhat redone. The clearable cap we have for Preston Smith was 11.9, which half of that would be 5.9 roughly. Okay. So at 5.9 million, we said take half of that, correct? What did that number come to? What did they say? 2.5 million is what they shaved off roughly. So you
0.4, so off by 100K, not bad.
Yeah, and then if you look at the cut number we have to the side, this is the big one. If we had cut him outright, we would have cleared $2.5 million. Basically, we would have been $2.5 million in deposit. How much cap did we clear? $2.5 million. And we didn't kick the can down the road. It was more or less a pay cut with some incentives laced in as well. So I think that was a really cool move because Preston Smith, I felt like, had a pretty good year last year, man. Jacob, I'll start with you, dude. What do you think? You like the move? I love his veteran presence. I remember Mike Wall saying all year last year, Preston Smith is arguably the defensive player of the year for the Packers.
Yeah, I think it's a great move, honestly. And I've said it before. I don't know why more teams don't use more incentive-based contract deals. Like if it's me and I'm a GM and I'm trying to, because that's what everybody worries about, that people are going to quote unquote, go kind of soft once they make that money. And they always seem to play better in a contract year. Well, how about each year you make some incentives in there? So that's a great way. Preston Smith getting 10 sacks in a new system where, he's going to be pretty much just asked to set the edge a little more, maybe pin his ears back in certain situations a little more. And I think he's still great against the run. I think he's still definitely a valuable asset that if we can afford to keep him and make a little money in the meantime, I think it's a win-win deal.
Mm-hmm.
Win-win-win. We all win.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Emilio?
Honestly, I think it's going to set the stage for, everyone moving forward, all the other veterans and everybody like that, coming into a contract or something like that, where they can take that money away from them, be fine with taking that pay cut. And what this team has, behind the scenes and what you've been working on, what you've been building. You're in there in the locker room with the other 53. So, you guys know where you're heading.
Yeah. Preston Smith's just one of those team leaders, right, Tim? I mean, we've talked about it, man. That dude shows up every single week, and he's one that it's very rare you look up and Preston Smith is injured. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he's just always available. He's always accountable, right?
Yep, absolutely. And the perfect piece to have, we can't take him for granted. I think of LVN, like what an awesome treat to have Preston Smith over there as kind of a guide and a mentor. And I think we'll probably start to see the beginning of the transition where we'll see maybe Preston Smith's getting a little bit less snaps, probably still a starter. But I think you're going to see more and more rotation, more and more LVN peppered in this year. And man, Preston is just like, for his age and to be doing what he's doing, like Jacob was saying, still good in the run game, sets the edge well. We don't want to see him in coverage, but it's not the worst thing. If there was an edge, with the physical attributes to cover somebody, it is Preston Smith. So he brings a lot to the table, and the leadership can't be understated either. He's like, he's almost like the Aaron Jones of the defense. Like just a guy who's been here for the long haul, and you know what you're getting with him. He's available. And, is he going to jump off the stat sheet every single game? Probably not. But, man, if you need a play, he's going to make a play for you. And steady Eddie, as we call it. So just happy that things are falling into place for Preston.
Yeah, for sure, man. Zane Strong with another 5 memberships. Absolutely awesome. And looks like Josh got one. That's really cool. Josh said, Day has been made officially a Posse member. Hopefully I'm lucky enough to get one of those jerseys. Can only hope. Love it, man. Hey, welcome to the Posse, dude. And again, Zane, thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate you, man. You're awesome. Let's see what people said about Preston Smith here. AFAM said Preston Smith can still make plays rushing the passer. He really can, man. Like he got after the quarterback several times last year, and his grades turned out pretty good too. Like if we were to pull up his PFF page here, and I'm going to try to zoom in so you guys can see it a little bit better, you can kind of see, man. Let's go to his career and premium stats here. Can you guys see this all right?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's a no. Let's zoom in. Is that better?
Hey, I'm the guy with glasses on, so don't go by what I say.
Don't gauge it off you.
Yeah,
that'd be like asking me, "Is that healthy to eat?" So yeah, week 1, 72. The start week 1 of last year, 72.3, 69.9, 66.4, 57.0, 43.7. That's yucky, right? 59.6, and then it gets Minnesota at home. 92.8 elite grade, 69.0, 69.3, back in the 50s at a 57, a 59, a 57, then a 63, 55, 70, a 90 at Minnesota. Again, he dominated the Vikings, man. And wasn't that Christian Darrisaw or whatever his name is? Yeah, Darrisaw, their left tackle. He was healthy all year, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. So if he was going up against him at left tackle, man, he'd beat him like a freaking drum, dude. And then 68.2 there against Chicago in week 18. He finished at a 73.9. And when you look at his yearly grades, it's wild too. He's been with Green Bay since 2019. It's already been that long. 66, 53, 80.8, 66.4, 73.9. So pretty solid bounce back year there, man. He's definitely kind of an up and down, it seems like, from year to year. But again, availability, accountability is the big thing for me, man. I love the fact that he's just always available, man, and always a team player too. There's no doubt about that. Let's see what else we got in the chat.
Yeah, 4.7 speed. Picked in the second round. Love to see it.
For real, 4-7.
That's what it said on that chart. 4.74.
Did it really? Wow. 2-0 for this said, what? A corner not dropping into coverage? Jeff Hafley really is changing things. That's hilarious that you mentioned that, because earlier I was seeing people go, yeah, I really think he might be the Sambacker. And I'm going, hold up. You guys were mad as hell last year that he was dropping into coverage, and now all of a sudden you want him to play Sam. What am I missing here? Like, what? It's just wild. Absolutely wild, man, how people change their mind. AFAM said play him about 70%. That's the other thing too, man. If him and Lucas Van Ness, they begin to split a few more snaps, I think that's also going to put him in a position where he's going to have fresher legs too, man.
Yep.
All right, so that's another good thing. Chris said, and he's awesome at setting the edge too. Absolutely. That's probably his best talent, his best ability is setting the edge against the run. Chad Inc. said Preston is a solid player. So everybody seems to be on board with it, right? Everybody on board with it. Mark in the chat says, what do you think about the KC cornerback tag and trade? Talking about L'Jarius Sneed, which I believe that's the one that Carly Ray brung up the other day, right, guys? That she wanted us to talk about. So they obviously slapped the franchise tag on him. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. I think the number is like around 19 million or something like that.
Freed up some cap, getting rid of MVS.
What did they free up? What did like 14 million or 12 million?
Well, yeah, 12 or 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Kansas City cleaning some things up after winning the Super Bowl there and trying to get back on track. But as far as L'Jarius Sneed, we kind of broke him down a little bit as to what we thought, he was worth. And I think it's one of those players. He was a little bit older. I think a franchise tag, if he's that important to their defense, could be huge for Kansas City. If he just plays on the tag for another year, then you're out of the contract, right? But as far as someone trading for him, I know I wouldn't be willing to trade for him. Would you, Jacob? Would you be interested in trying to trade and take on that kind of contract? Because that whole contract would obviously travel.
No.
We're still paying Jair.
Yeah, we're paying Jair, and plus I'm so intrigued with what we could do in this draft. I mean, if we have even close to a similar draft as we did last year, as far as getting like year one players that can, give us immediate production, guys like Kraft and Musgrave and freaking Reed, and I mean, that's on Wicks. I mean, if we could get another draft where we have 4 starters, who else am I forgetting about? Even guys like what? Is that it?
You talking about the corner room?
I'm just talking in general, just from the draft class.
Yeah.
Get another draft class where, let's say we do hit on a linebacker, cornerback, maybe a safety, and a couple guards or something like that. We get like 4 starters out of the draft class. That'd be amazing, especially when we look back at the years prior and see how many guys are even still with us or in the NFL in general. So,
yeah. AFAM says, Jacob, think we can get all rookie DBs. Built for the future, baby. Listen, I know this, man. I'm not happy with the DB room. That's just me personally. Like, Jair is Jair, obviously, but I'm not sold on Carrington. I feel like Ballantyne actually played pretty well last year. They both played about the same level, but I wasn't expecting Ballantyne to perform the way he did. I mean, his passer rate when targeted I'm pretty sure it might have been better than Jair Alexander's, if I remember correctly. But again, when you look at the overall grades and everything and take everything into account, I don't want to march them back out there on the field in our nickel sets, and having to lean on Ballantyne and Ballantyne. Like, go get another stud if you can. I feel like it's that important, but safety top of the list, obviously, man.
Maybe Goody's going to do that with the secondary rooms. The same thing he did with the wide receiver room and the tight end room in the last draft. Maybe this year it's secondary.
Yep, him and Matt aren't afraid to do that now that they've tried that. That's exactly what I was going to say, Tim. They tried it, it worked. Why not give it a shot again? They really don't care. What happens if we get another 9 wins and go into the playoffs?
Watch them surprise us with the 25th pick. Do something crazy with that, and then it'll be like safety, corner, linebacker, corner. And you never know. Goody's got. I know he's got something up his sleeve. I'm still not ruling out a trade up or down either.
Right, and wasn't he saying kind of the middle of the draft there is really really dense, with talent. So he's going to be cooking for sure.
That's his sweet spot, man. 3rd, 4th round, 5th round seems to be hitting on picks left and right.
He's hit on some gems in there, that's for sure, man. Chad Inc. says, I think Sneed's price would be too high to warrant a sign and trade, plus the draft capital we would have to give up on top of the contract. I just don't think it would be a good idea. Just my opinion. I completely agree. I don't think anyone really is. I think they were more or less just asking, like, hey, is that what's Kansas City's plans here? That type of thing. Since we're talking corners in the draft, why don't we just pull it up here real quick? PFF's big board. And let's zoom in here and kind of get your all's take. If you guys got names that you want to see here, I don't think we did this earlier with corners, but PFF's big board now has Cooper DeJean as the top corner. Is that what I'm seeing here, boys? Look at this. So they have Cooper DeJean, number 7 overall, 6'1", 207, PFF 65.5, 88.5, and then 77.4. Obviously took a dip back this year. Good size for a corner. There's no doubt about that. His RAS is the base for his RAS is going to be pretty much through the roof there at that 6'1". Pretty solid measurables there. And then you got Nate Wiggins coming in second. He's in the number 9 spot overall, 6'2", 185. His PFF grade 67.6, 77.9, 82.5. You got Quinyon Mitchell coming in the number 12 spot, 79.7. 92.5, 91.5. He was the top graded cornerback in all of college football in 2022 and 2023. And then he goes to the Senior Bowl and absolutely dominates in front of everyone with all the pressure in the world on him. He's 6', 196. People immediately will say, well, he played at Toledo. Well, Toledo's cupcake opponents weren't who he was going against at the Senior Bowl. So to me, I still see him as possibly the top corner in the draft, personally. Next, you got Terrion Arnold, number 14 out of Alabama, 73.1 and an 88.4. Obviously, a solid grade there in 2023. Then his teammate Kool-Aid McKinstry has now dropped to the number 21 spot, 6'1", 195, only 21 years old. By the way, Terrion Arnold is 20 years old. He's not even 21 yet. That's wild. That's Kenny Clark type stuff there.
There's my draft crush right there, and it's Rakestraw.
Yeah. Kool-Aid McKinstry, though, 67.9, 82.5, 88.8. I mean, I don't know what happened for him to just start dropping all of a sudden, but we'll see what he does at the combine. There, like you said, Tim's guy, Enos Rakestraw Jr., 6', 188. He's in the number 30 spot, 59.4, 77.0. and 80.7. Then TJ Tampa.
Man corner. He's a man-to-man corner.
Yeah, TJ Tampa out of, I guess that's Iowa State. 21 years old, going to be 22 here soon. 6'2", 200, 53.6, 83.1, 75.8. He's the 36th ranked corner. Now, Jacob, is it just me or these shuffled around a lot, dude? Like, it seems like some of these guys, I mean, this is really shuffled since the last time we looked at PFF's cornerback room, man.
Yeah, it has. And honestly, my opinions have shuffled a little bit today. I actually spent time and watched a lot of film. I was surprised at how little attraction I shouldn't say attraction. How that's not what I meant. How when I was watching, can you scroll down a couple spots here? Quinyon Mitchell, he just to me looked really soft. I didn't like the way he played. He didn't seem aggressive. That was just me. That was the way that I was surprised too. But who I was really impressed with was Terrion Arnold. That dude is just a monster. He was attacking everywhere. And then actually, if you can scroll down even a little bit farther than where we were just at, the guy from Oregon, Kyrie Jackson, really, really good against the run. I was wondering if you could maybe pull up his 2023 grades. He didn't have great numbers before that, but if you look at the snap counts, it looks like he was asked to do a bunch of garbage stuff. But he's 6'3", 195. Look at the run defense grade.
Lord have mercy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a large grade.
That might be the highest we've seen this year.
And then look at the passer rating against him in 2023. Teams were 41.6 passer rating against him.
Gotcha.
He was targeted 30 times, had 19 receptions only, and only let up 1 touchdown the whole year.
Nice.
He was really, really aggressive too.
Yeah, it looks like looking solid, man. He definitely played corner more than anything. He was in the box for 35 snaps. He was in the slot for 23, but played corner 460 snaps. So that's interesting, man. And like you said, 2022, he only played 64 snaps in 2022.
Did he get hurt? Maybe.
Probably did something along those lines. Again, because that 54.9. The reason I say it, you got to kind of throw that out, right, with such a small sample size. So yeah, that passer rating when targeted, like you were saying, Jacob, 41.6. Man, that's solid, dude. In Oregon, they don't play like they're not playing like Toledo's top opponents, right? I mean, I know it's not like they're in the SEC, but they still play, some pretty tough opponents where they play at. So St. Estrell is one of those guys, right? St. Estrell is one of those guys that keeps popping up here lately. He's down the 58 spot, 60.0, 83.3, 81.4 there. So
there's also have you seen the other Michigan corner who's kind of going under the radar? Wallace, I think it's Justin Wallace or something. He's actually got some pretty good measurables too, and I think he may have gotten hurt at one point. But at some point, I think that he was one of those guys that was actually rated pretty high. There, Josh Wallace, that guy.
Dang, 67.9, 70.1, 86.5. Why are we not talking about this cat?
That's what I'm saying.
You say he got hurt?
And look at his run defense grade.
Yeah, it's even higher, 87.8. Coverage grade 84.9, zone coverage grade 81.8, man coverage 68.2. Definitely a zone corner there. Passer rate when targeted 66.2. And then when you look at his snaps, he was in the box 58 snaps. He was on the corner 494 snaps, and he was in the slot 59 snaps. So, yeah, that's another one there, man. And that's what I'm talking about. Some of these late round guys too, man. They're going to have an opportunity to improve that stock tomorrow.
And I like that he played all those snaps. The past 3 years he played all those snaps, and he comes from a winning program. That's Goody's going to eat that up.
Oh,
He's got some good wide receivers lately too.
Jacob, was there any other positions you looked at today? And Tim, if you'll help me keep an eye on the chat, if you see anything you like, mark them for me. I guess you already did. You marked one, didn't you? Just kind of keep an eye on the chat as I'm combing through here. Go ahead, Jacob.
I was looking up like later round safeties to see if there was guys that we were kind of missing. I was spending today thinking about like later round guys that we might be overlooking. And James Williams, the safety from Miami, that dude flies around like crazy too. I want to say he was like a good size 6'3" or something like that. And then I actually watched tape finally on that Keaton Oladipo, and that dude was impressive, really impressive. He shot up to be like maybe my 6th or 7th ranked safety now. So there's a lot of depth. So I'm really like, I don't remember what the earlier comment was talking about, but I could really hope that we could trade back from 25, pick up like another 2 picks, maybe like we could have 6 or 7 picks in the top 100. That'd be insane because there's a lot of late round talent.
Yeah.
Not to bounce back to corner, but I'm really starting to like Cam Hart in the slot.
Yeah, dude.
Notre Dame, 6'2", 204. Big dude, real sticky in the slot. I don't know where I think he's somewhere. Him and Max Melton have been kind of going. They're pretty close to each other in their rankings. I don't know where PFF has got him.
Yeah, right here. Got him 109. So he's flirting with the top 100. 70.8, 65.7, 83.3. That's solid. 6'2", 207.
And so he's in that range right here. Whether he rises or falls, we could realistically probably take a crack at a guy like Cam Hart.
Yeah, definitely. Coverage grade 84.2, run defense 73.7, man coverage 81.0, zone coverage 73.9. So he's definitely a little more balanced than some of the others that we've looked at here. Passer rate when targeted last year 67.1. His snaps, this is Cam Hart from Notre Dame, guys. 13 in the box, 498 on the corner, 53 in the slot, and even mugged on the line a little bit. 6 snaps as a defensive lineman. I love it. And that just means that, like I said, he got close enough up there in the box that he could probably blitz. It was probably some kind of cat blitz, I would have imagined. So good stuff there, Tim. I like it, man. Anytime you mention a Notre Dame guy, we're going to talk about it. You know that. Antonio Universe in the chat said DeJean is a freak, and he's a game changer. Tampa looks good. Mitchell could be a pick in the 2nd, but he won't fall. Yeah, I think he's going to go in the 1st for sure, man. No doubt about that. Mike Hebring with the super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. He said, cornerback off the board. Preston Smith ain't going anywhere. Locked him down, didn't we, Mike? Cornerback 1 is back, baby. Appreciate the super chat, Mike. You the man. Jarrell Lee says, Terry and Arnold going to drop to the 2nd round just where we want him. That would be really cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, imagine if Terry and Arnold. Yeah.
That dude is aggressive, man. Like I'm talking, he was laying people out. It was awesome. You can tell he's a team leader too.
Like, yeah, let's Let's hop back up and look at him real quick here. Let's take a closer look. Like I said, 20 years old, going to be 21, 6 foot, 196, PFF grade 73.1 in 2022, and he jumped all the way to 88.4 in 2023. When we look at his stuff, run defense 90.6. He's a physical corner, no doubt about it. Coverage grade 84.9. Man coverage down 61.2, but zone 81.9 there. So I like it, man. Let's see here. As far as the snap, passer rating when targeted 50.7, and then his snaps location was 4 deep, 69 in the box, 557 on the corner, 205, you knuckleheads, 205 in the slot, and then 3 on defensive line. So they moved him around quite a bit there with his location. So yeah, Terry
you guys know about McGlothern out of Arkansas for another late round.
Dwight?
Dwight McGlothern, I think. Is that how you say it? McGlothern?
Yeah, we talked about him a couple weeks ago, didn't we? Let me see if I can find
think
him.
so. Sounds familiar. There he is.
Arkansas.
Ooh, dang.
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas, 6'2", 188. He's sitting in the 165 spot right now, 69.3, 77.2, 91.3, the second highest graded corner in college football last year. Coverage grade 91.8. Run defense grade 65.4. Not horrible. Man coverage 80.3. Zone coverage 90.4. My gosh, dude, that is what a year. As far as his snap location, where he lined up at, he was in the box 13 times, 349 snaps at corner, 4 in the slot, 15 at D-line. So they definitely played him on the corner probably. I'd see some of those D-line snaps you're getting where they're in a close split and he ends up, close enough to the tackle box that they put him on the D-line there. But what were you going to say?
Look at those individual games. He only had one semi-bad game. There's no fluctuation. Yeah. He's either a 70 or above. That's
now I'm starting to think he's not going to be such a late round pick.
Honestly,
right.
that's
I'm
really
still trying to figure out why he would be, Like why would he drop? Emilio, why would somebody like that drop, dude?
I don't know. Not when you're performing like that.
That's crazy. Jacob, you hit the nail on the head, dude. 82.8, 60.7. That's his worst of the year. 79.9, 73, 80.9 against Texas A&M, 84.9 against Florida, at Florida, by the way, 71 against Auburn, FIU 70.1, and the Missouri 74.3. I mean, you're right. That is consistent.
In his past 2 years, his passer rating, what's that, below 52?
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, in 2022, his PFF grade was only 77.2, still solid, but his passer rating when targeted, 45.8. And then it only jumped to 51.2 his senior year or his last year, probably his junior year. I'm not sure what year he came out. But, yeah, man, that's let's see if there's any analysis. Now, here's a guy. Look at the trends, man. This is wild. So, average draft position. So, like, what happened? What did he get caught smoking the giggle bush in a gas mask or something? Why did he drop so far? Doesn't make any sense to me, boys. There's got to be a reason, right? Oh, look at this most drafted by, too. You see this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Green Bay, 10%. They're third behind Minnesota and Detroit. So sounds like the North is on his mind, or he is on the North's mind.
In a month, he dropped out 2 rounds. That's brutal.
That's crazy, isn't it? Like what? Like I don't understand that. Yeah, something had to have happened.
188. I mean, maybe they want him, a little heavier. I don't know.
Well, maybe they need to stop body shaming, Tim. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
In the chat, look up and see if he's got any charges pending or something.
What's that?
Said somebody in the chat, look up and see if he's got any charges pending or something.
Yeah, somebody do a background check real quick.
All right, hey, that's just the way we talk in the clink.
Love it. Let's see here. Prince, never said the last name. Appreciate the profile pic. Says, weird that DeJean coming off injury and skipping the combine has him rising up the board. That is strange, ain't it, man? Like, I forgot about that, too. He's skipping the combine because of the injury. What in the world's got him jumping like that? We got to go over the consensus big board and get a little extra confirmation here. Let's see. Oh, don't you do this to me, Ron. Ron, don't you do this to me. Ron said, the Packers met with Estime today. Audric Estime. Don't mean much, but Notre Dame running back. It means a lot to me, Mr. Ron.
It means a lot, actually. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
Ron's got another one in there, too. Pack met with somebody else.
Who is that? Tim, tell him who it is.
Ooh.
In this Rakestraw.
Man.
Junior.
Gotta love this time of year.
Rudy's
Absolutely.
after my heart right now. I can't wait. This draft's going to be a home run. I can feel
Yes,
it.
we got a special guest in the house, Miss Carly Ray. How are you?
Now we're both covered up. Oh, there we go.
All right.
How you doing,
doing?
Carly?
I'm doing good. I missed you guys. I missed hanging out, and I'm excited to be back. It's been a crazy busy week, so it's good to be here.
Gotcha. Busy's good though. It's good to see you in here for sure. You got anything you want to hit on real quick while you jump in fresh on your mind?
Oh no, keep rolling.
Got it. All right. Well, we will continue to do that. There was somebody we were going to look. Oh, I was going to go to Consensus Big Board, right, guys? Give me just a second and let me hop over there real quick. I want to see you. You guys say something smart. Anything else on your mind, Emilio? You're being quiet tonight, buddy. I'm worried about you. Talk to me.
No, I was trying to dig into to Dwight there and see if anything would come up. But honestly, I just got myself into a Reddit thing that started getting out of hand. So it literally the question is Dwight McLaughlin being overlooked? And it came out 8 days ago. So
Gotcha.
I don't know.
All right, I got the big board pretty much ready here. Let me get signed in first, though.
Let's see this thing.
So I got something random to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it turns out that a friend of mine that I used to work with, her son was actually invited to the combine. He played for Iowa. I think a defensive tackle, Logan Lee is his name.
Yeah.
Logan Lee, and he, So that's like a good friend of mine's son, and I had no idea. So it'd be kind of fun to see how he turns out, where he goes.
That is awesome. What if he ended up getting drafted by the Packers?
That
would
be
be crazy. Wouldn't it? I would love that. That's the kind of story we need right there. All right, let's look here real quick, gang. Let's see if let me go full screen here real quick so everybody can see a little bit better. We were looking at cornerbacks and why certain people were dropping. Do you guys remember the names we were talking about? Like there's Terrion Arnold. He's now in the number 10 spot. Quinion Mitchell, 15. So this matches PFF perfectly, doesn't it? I mean, The overall ranking is a little bit different, but the same order there. Now, well, they have Cooper DeJean 4th, and PFF had Cooper DeJean 1st, though, right? Is that correct? Yeah. And then who was it that was dropping, guys? Do you remember?
We were just McLaughlin.
Yeah. Dwight.
212.
They got him at 212, and I was going to see if they had any kind of write-up on him at all. There's nothing there, though. As far as the mocks, the team mocks, the Boston Herald had him going in the 5th round to the Patriots. The Steelers had him going in the 4th round or Steelers Nation had him in the 4th round going to the Steelers. Fansided had him going in the 3rd round to the LA Rams. NFL mocks had him going in the 7th round to Detroit. So you see it's like all over the place here, right? Mm-hmm. And those are some of the more recent ones. So the most recent one is 5th round and 4th round. So I guess you could throw in that 3rd round too. So probably I think a good guess would be around the 4th round would be where he would go. It's kind of weird that he's just kind of sitting out there, you know. If we were to go also to the Consensus Big Board, back to it, let's look at Audric Estime real quick since the Packers were kind of on him. I want to see. So they got him at 105. He peaked at 48. And if we look at the teams, so he hasn't been mocked to the Packers at all. That's interesting. That is interesting for sure.
Of course.
Yeah. That's the way it works, right? Any other positions you guys want to look at here from the Consensus Big Board before we move on? Anything at all?
Bates has got something in the chat on McLaughlin.
Cool. What's he got?
Let's see here. Only negative I see about McLaughlin is, quote, he does tend to give too much cushion to receivers, could draw a decent number of flags in the NFL. So,
gotcha. So he's going to end up in Miami then. Got it. There you go. All right, cool. So we got that settled there. Tomorrow we got D-line and we got linebackers running, right? Am I thinking right? Okay,
Yep.
so if we look at D-line real quick, how the Consensus Big Board sits, Byron Murphy at 20, Jerzon Newton at 21, Tavondre Sweat at 41, Chris Jenkins at 52, Leonard Taylor at 63, Michael Hall Jr. at 65, Ora 67th. You got Braden Fisk out of Florida State in the 70 spot, Mason Smith at 83, and you've got McKinley Jackson climbing 3 spots here recently, looks like, to 88. He's peaked at 58 before, though. There's that Dwayne Carter we were talking about earlier. He's sitting at 111. He had peaked at 67, though. So just some names to kind of keep an eye on. I don't see us projected to draft any of them there. The other side was linebacker, right? So we look at linebacker. They got Edgerrin Cooper, Peyton Wilson, Junior Colson, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., Cedric Gray, Tommy Eichenberg, Tyron Hopper, Jalen Ford. There's Trayvon Wallace that we talked about. There's the other guy, Luafo or whatever it is from Notre Dame, Jacob, that you mentioned earlier. He's at the 160 spot. So nobody mocked there. Now, if you go to the team mocks, I meant to do this the other night. I think this is kind of cool. You can go to team mocks, and basically what it'll do is you can go through now and kind of focus on, look for your team essentially, right? And see who they have mocking. And these are people that cover your team, like Lombardi Avenue, right? They have us taking it round one. What's that?
So that looks awesome.
Totally Darius Robinson in the first round. Oh, Trucker John gonna be excited about that, ain't he? Then Enos Rakestraw Jr. Tim in the second round there. And then
where's Max Melton?
Look at Tyler.
I'm really excited. Tyler Newman. Now you're happy, Clayton.
Oh, you know it. Look, here's the entire mock they did. Darius Robinson in the first, Enos Rakestraw Jr. in the second, Tyler Newman in the second, Braden Fisk, defensive lineman out of Florida State in round 3, Jalen Wright, Tennessee running back, Emilio down there in your neck of the woods. Christian Mahogany, interior offensive lineman from Boston College in round 3, and then from Utah in round 4 there. So that's what we're gonna.
What was that, Clayton?
You heard me. Gazoon time, right? Who? There should be another one here too, man. If I remember correctly, there should be another mock, and I think
it might check out the Bears draft.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a quick peek at the Bears draft here. This is NFL Spin Zone. All right, they got Caleb Williams in round 1, Rome Odunze with the second first-round pick, and then Zach Frazier in round 2. That's a pretty good looking 3 picks right there.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Boston Herald has the Patriots taking Jaden Daniels. I seen a thing come across the wire earlier today too that Belichick was really, really high on Jaden Daniels, and they're saying there's a pretty good chance that the fact that the front office is still kind of intact, that probably won't change. If Bill was high on him, then obviously Elliott Wolf would be, because they were working hand in hand together there in the front office. Now, let's see if we can find this other Packers mock draft real quick. I just want to see how things are sitting right now. Yeah, so it was Packers Wire. They have us taking, and this was on February 19th. So that was some time ago, right? That was roughly 10 days ago. So they had us taking Cooper DeJean in the first round, Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M in the second, and then Jaden Hicks with the second round pick there. That's interesting. It's the first time I've seen Jaden Hicks mocked to the Packers. Have you guys seen that yet?
No.
Oh my goodness! Look at round 3 right here, boys. Sweet baby Ray Davis, running back out of Kentucky, out of Illinois. Jaden Hicks. I don't want to bounce back and forth and take the time, but I'm going to pull it up in a separate screen real quick. I want to see what Jaden Hicks's PFF looks like real quick, and I'll read it off to you guys. Talk for a second, gang.
So today I looked at linebackers, and have you guys watched Peyton Wilson's any tape on him or looked at him? The guy he is skinny as a rail. I mean, It is shocking how skinny he is. Think that he's going to try to play linebacker in the NFL. I just don't see it unless it's some sort of weird kind of hybrid safety linebacker-ish type thing. I don't know.
Do you know how old he is? How old is he?
Oh, I think he's like 22, if I'm not mistaken.
Because a lot of guys that I've seen, and I think even Christian Watson was talking about how they just put on so much muscle in I don't know, 23 or something like that. Maybe it wasn't Christian Watson, but I was just reading some stuff about how at that age guys will still can put on a lot of muscle because their bodies just they've been growing so tall so fast that they haven't been able to really pack on the muscle yet. So
interesting.
I don't know, gives it hope.
Yeah, Jaden Hicks, I got him pulled up. He's in the 51 spot right now. That's the guy they had us taking with the second round pick that we have there. What pick would that be, Tim? What am I thinking there?
Which one?
That's 50.
41.
Would that be 41? We had
21, 25, 41, 58, I believe.
So that would have been 58 then, wouldn't it? Am I thinking right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if that was 58, like I said, he's on PFF's board at 51, so that's good value there. PFF grade 46.5, 66.0, 76.6, but he's 6'3", 212, redshirt sophomore. So that'll be interesting. He's one of those guys we don't know his age. So the mystery remains there. So there you go. Chewy, I don't know. Is that true?
I was just reading that.
Somebody cue up the Cops theme song here real quick. Chewy said a cop just ran me off in the ditch.
It was to a statement earlier when he was 14. He had a good time.
There you go. Oh, okay, cool. Gotcha. All right. Thank you for
Not recent.
Just
Not
happen
recent.
right now.
Yeah.
Chewy's just right
Not while
across
he's
town.
listening, yeah.
Chewy's just right across town from me. I was about to head over there. You know what I mean? Get tased with him. Go to jail. Spend the night in the clink with him. We go down together here. Bad boy, says Doug. I love it. Anything else y'all want to hit on draft wise? We're at the 45-minute mark. We can continue talking draft, or we can hit a history segment. I'm good either way. Does anybody got anything like that's on your mind you want to talk about?
I have something.
Yeah.
I was listening to something or a podcast talking about Jaden Daniels and how he was I think he's really tall, like 6'5" or 6'6", but maybe 200 pounds and real skinny. But then they were looking back at like quarterbacks in the past that have been around that size, and the one that they found was a certain Tom Brady.
Really? And here
Yeah.
the Patriots are linked to him. I just
Yeah.
I just clicked on it, and this is what they have it at as far as the mock drafts, and these are all dated February 27th. I'm just going to read them off to you. Falcons at number 3, so I guess they're saying the Patriots traded out. Then the next one is Tankathon. They have the Patriots taking him. NBC Sports Philadelphia has the Patriots taking him. The Lions Wire has the Washington Commanders taking him at 2. Touchdown Wire has the Patriots. NFL.com has Washington at 2. Buccaneers.com has the Giants climbing up to the 3 spot and taking him. And then The Athletic has the Patriots. So the Patriots are leading there. Washington's probably a close second. And then it looks like 2 or 3 different teams are maybe in the market to trade up for him. So that's pretty wild stuff. Let's see if I can pull his measurables up real quick here on PFF. And I'll tell you guys what that is. 6'4", 210. Yeah, he's a big boy. Caleb Williams is 6'1", 215. That's pretty wild. So Jaden Daniels, 6'4", 210, PFF grade, 83.2, 87.8, 94.7. He was the highest graded quarterback this year, obviously dominated college football. Passing grade, 92, intermediate grade, 89.4, deep passing grade. I'm going to say this again, deep passing grade, 99.2.
Holy
That's
cow.
accuracy there. No pressure grade, 93.2. So, I mean, with a clean pocket, that dude can make magic happen. Now, pressure grade, though, 63.0. So, you see the weakness there. Maybe he doesn't handle pressure as well as others. But, man, against Bama, at Alabama, at Tuscaloosa, 92 PFF grade. That is wild. Absolutely wild. So, there you go. Anything else? Emilio, what you got, dude? I know you got somebody you're thinking of.
I got nothing. No, I'm just hanging out. I'm learning. Waiting to see a little bit more that comes out of the combine, and we'll go from there. I'm just hanging out.
Tomorrow's going to be fun, man. Just to kind of see it. I posted a video on Twitter earlier of Jair running his 40-yard dash, and it was awesome. And where he ran the 4.3, and then looks up at the camera and smiles, being Jai.
And I saw Jordan Love's picture, man. They all look so young. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It is. It's wild. Aaron Rodgers video, Tim, that blew my mind, bro.
Oh, yeah, he had the bowl haircut. Mom put the cereal bowl on his head and just
right across his face.
right around. Yeah. Maybe that's why he dropped in the draft. They're like, I don't like this kid's haircut.
Hey, don't knock it, man. That gets you a straight line right there.
I guarantee it, boy. If I was a scout, I'd been like, no way we're taking him number 1. You seeing that hair, boys? Ain't happen. Ain't gonna happen. Anything else in the chat we need to hit on? We got anything started in here? No. Nothing?
Can you look up one more person for me, Clayton?
Yeah, absolutely, man. What you got?
I was trying to again think what can we do later in the late rounds, and I'm just picturing Goody taking one stab at a late round receiver just because I feel like he has to do it. Look up Josh Cephas.
Josh Cephas. Let's see here.
Josh Cephas.
I thought Jacob was going to walk you into like a draft, like walk you right into a mock draft. All right, someone needs to go to this website, Clayton.
You know it, dude. You know it. Let's see here. Cephas. How do you spell it again? Last name?
CEPHAS.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. CE. Let's see here. Man, I am way down here. Oh, here we go. Joshua Cephas. UTSA Roadrunners. All right. He went to a Weldon college, evidently. Ranked 208. All right. Look at this, Jacob. You just finding these little studs here, bro. 6'3", 185. All right. Okay. Slender man, but 6'3", man, obviously tall. 70.5, 74.3, 85.4. Is this PFF?
Look at his stats though, real quick, because I want to say that he had some great. Yeah, he had like a lot of yardage and some consistent production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His receiving grade was 88.2. Yards per route run was 2.39. That was almost at the very top. Contested catch rate. He's not a contested catcher, which is odd for him being 6'3". Drop rate 1.1%, bro. That is the top of the mountain. His grade versus man coverage, he was cooking man coverage. 88.3 was his grade. And again, he didn't play any like crazy good talent. Played Tennessee. That's pretty much it. I mean, I guess that's Utah right there, right? Am I thinking right? Yeah. Or is that? No, who is that?
Houston.
U8. That's Houston.
That's
okay.
University of Houston, yeah.
Yeah, so his grade. What's that?
It's just, it's not top tier talent, so that's why he's definitely going to fall. But
it looks comfortable in the slot, though.
That was, that and with screens. I mean, what he almost made 10 yards a catch on screens, 29 catches, 271 yards. That's not shabby at all.
Definitely. That's wild, man. Yeah, slot. That's wild that he played in the slot that much. 297 snaps in the slot. That's interesting, Jacob, man. That's a good PFF grade, dude. Holy cow, 85.4. And, weekly too, pretty solid. 83.9, 64, 80, 67, 69, 62, 72, 74, 80, 74, 80, 65, 65. That's what I love about PFF, man. They really reward that overall grade at the end of the year with consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I absolutely love it, man. Love it. When it says dig deeper with college premium stats, let's see what this is. Never mind. They let us see. I've been bamboozled.
It cost you money.
Yeah, well, no, I've paid the money. The problem is they open a separate window, and I've been bamboozled. I ain't doing it. We're done. Daddy like that years ago on a Cadillac. I ain't doing it. All right. So, what else we got? Anything else? Look at this. They're already talking about it here. Greg Rice said we should get a go from me going to straighten his pinky. I think we know who he's talking about, Jacob. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yo.
Oh.
Every time you guys me and Tim are smiling like, show another one.
All right. You can donate all the money you want. Larry's not getting that pinky fix, man. That's a badge of honor.
But why did he never get it fixed though? Like, how many different things happened where he was just like, no?
Because he didn't go the Ronnie Lott route and just bit it off, so he figured just leave it.
I'm sure he kept the face mask you came with.
Ronnie really didn't bite his finger off. Probably,
I know.
What? Why? I don't get it. Whatever.
That's boss in the house.
There. Got another co-host.
What's going on, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Got that gold on.
Like you and your husband. Like it's the perfect blend of you two.
That's how it works.
You're so sleepy. That's how it works. In case you didn't know.
Yeah, I agree. Andre says that picture of the pinky hurts, man. It hurts bad, bro. Real bad.
Like that, Emilio.
One final question for you guys, all right? And this may tick some people off, but I don't care. I know me and Tim reacted the same way. So, Tim, hold yours till the end, all right? Here we go. PFF Packers tweeted out a picture and said, Derrick Henry's projected contract, would you sign him on this deal? 2 years, $20 million, $13 million guaranteed. All right. That's $10 million per year, obviously. You can maneuver the cap a little bit. But essentially what that's saying is you can fully guarantee the first year and then in the second year get out of it and just come away with like a $3 million cap penalty. Jacob, yeah. Jacob, let's start with you, man. You signing Derrick Henry for 10 per year, man?
No.
Respectfully, sir. No. Emilio, what about you, man?
That's all I got to say.
John Deere green on a hot summer night. He rode Billy Bob loves Charlene.
That's it.
Tell them about it, Tim. You want Derrick Henry?
You want my take?
Yeah, I want your take, man. There you go. Yeah, I like Prince in the chest. That's a no for me, dog. Or Randy Jackson there for you. Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. Anything else? We're at the 54-minute mark. We'll roll the history into tomorrow. I like when we kind of
Wait. I don't get an opinion on Derrick Henry.
Carly, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, there we go.
What do you think about Derrick Henry, Carl?
I would say the only way I would say yes to that is if I felt sure that we were making a Super Bowl push at this year, like it was our window. Absolutely. We had we had corners and safeties that were playing at the top of their game. We had everything in place and we literally needed that one piece. That's the only way I would say yes. Otherwise it would be a no.
And think about this. When the offense really struggled, Aaron Jones was injured. And I'm just spitballing here. What if Derrick Henry was your running back while Aaron Jones was down? Do you still lose those games? I feel comfortable saying you probably win one or two, but $10 million, man, it's rich. You know,
it's gonna be hard to find some help in the secondary if we're spending a lot of money on a running back.
Yeah, right. You'd have to definitely lean on the draft for sure, wouldn't you?
But the cap jumped up way more than we thought it was going to. So technically, it's more playing with house money because it was money we didn't even budget for.
I'll tell you this, Tim. What if you sound like Mandy going shopping? I'll just tell you right now, we can't afford not to get it. Are you kidding me? If Bach doesn't return, $20 more million right there.
No, still no.
Still no. Tim penny pinching over. I like it. It's probably, if you made me decide to, I would say no, but I understand what you're saying too, Carly. Like, you know, if you had approached me when Aaron Jones was hurt and this offense looked like booty cheeks and said, "Hey, would you like Derrick Henry right now?" I'd say, "Yeah, that'd be great. Let's throw him in the lineup." Emilio, what were you laughing at just a second ago, man? Did you see how defeated I was?
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
Y'all going to pull us back in. We're at the 56-minute mark, and you're going to pull us back in. This is how it happens. Greg Rice says the Oregon running back looks like Aaron Jones to me. Who's he talking about, guys?
Bucky Irvin.
Let's see it.
That's my favorite back right now, other than Ray Davis. Bucky Irvin is Bucky a little Irvin.
That's a cool name. I know that. Yeah. You guys can see the screen, right?
Yep.
He is a home run hitter.
Irvin, 21 and a half years old, all right, from Oregon. He's 96 ranked, so you could probably get him in the third, maybe the fourth round, depending on if the running backs drop. 5'10", 195, kind of built like Aaron Jones, ain't he? A little bit smaller, right? PFF grade 79.3, 91.1, 88.2. And when you climb into the grades here, rushing grade 91.8, his zone grade 73.4, gap grades 93.4. So he's more of a gap runner than a zone. That's important, but at the same time, when you have an elusiveness rating of 149.2, it don't matter what you're running. You could be running pole dunk offense out there. That dude's just making guys miss, it seems like. That's really, really interesting. I don't see his receiving grade anywhere.
Scroll down on that. Well, how many missed tackles he forced? Does it say?
Missed tackles forced 69.
Wow.
He's tied for 11th in college football. So, yeah, only 3 drops too. Let's see, tied for 29th with carries of 15 yards or more. There's nothing on passing. Here we go, receiving. Here we go. He was targeted 61 times. He had 55 receptions. So he only 6 of those passes, 6 of the 61 hit the turf, right? So that's pretty impressive there. Receiving yards 395, so he can catch the football out of the backfield. That's interesting. Let's see what the analysis says. Now here's a guy, and that's all we got, of course. So
always been over 5 yards a carry too. That's nice.
Does he?
Check the
over
trends.
5 trends. Let's see what the trends look like.
Oh
man, he dropped way down, didn't
he? 28%.
Is he battling any kind of injury at all?
No, they probably just started mocking him to the Packers, and
look at it. Here it is. 28%. You're right, man. That's way more than everybody else. I'd be okay with it. What do you guys think? Let's go around the horn with it. Jacob, you good with it?
I think we'd be lucky for Bucky.
I see what you did there. Out of my.
No, I'd love it.
Tim,
I'm watching tape right now.
I knew it.
I'm watching tape right now, and Greg's correct. He looks like he does. He looks like an Aaron Jones type, or
When
like
would we pick
or
him?
like Isaiah Pacheco, real shifty.
What's his number, Clayton? Where is
What's
he
that?
projected?
Oh, projected. Which you just wanted out of PFF?
Yeah.
They got his PFF ranking
So that
at
would
96.
So Tim, would you be okay with Rasul being Bucky?
Ooh, see, now that's the question.
That's the question of the day right there.
That'll get Tim stirred
This
up.
is the rating. This is the podcasting people come for right here. Tim,
I would
you
be
gotta
okay with
answer.
that. I would be okay with that.
Amelia, you cracked the code, man. All it took was Bucky.
It'd be a lot earlier than I'd like to take a running back in this draft, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm liking what I'm seeing here in the 19 seconds of film I just watched. But no, he does. He looks like that type of back, catching the ball out of the backfield. He's shifty in traffic, good agile runner. And he does. He looks like an Aaron Jones. What are his measurables? He looks like Aaron Jones body type too.
Yeah,
Is he
I think he was 5'10".
Doug's saying he's 185, soaking wet.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's what
that's
Doug's
Aaron
saying.
Jones, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
5'10", 195 with two big sand rocks in his back pocket. There it is. So, yeah, 185 soaking wet. There you go. I like what 2-0 for this says too. He says Henry would take a veteran minimum for the privilege of playing with Bo Melton. There you go. I agree. Absolutely. Who wouldn't want to play with Bo? I think Bo. I'm really, really excited to see Bo's career from here on out. Whether he finishes his career with the Packers or not, it kind of feels like the draft capital we put in the receiver room. There's a good chance that he's probably going to get the test free agency at some point. But he just seems like a good dude, man. And I remember when we signed him too, when we brought him on, and Jacob was excited, like he always is about these guys that's got crazy speed. And we talked about for the first time getting him and Christian Watson on the field together, what it was going to be like. Bo Melton's a real deal, man. Real deal. And I'm excited to see where Max goes too. It'd be cool if Max ends up in Green Bay.
I just remember because we scouted him the year before was the first time that we really started looking ahead at draft prospects, and I was like, this dude from Rutgers, kind of a little scat man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
Paul Robertson said Chewy is the Bo Melton of the chat. There you go. Did Bo Melton get ran into the ditch by a cop or something?
Chewy's got a brother coming up in the draft.
Yeah, Chewy does. He got a brother coming up in the draft, long snapper.
Sure about that?
All right, let's get out of here. We're at an hour, 2 minutes. Let's go around the horn. Carla, you got anything else? Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
So not to start it all over again, but Deadfish said Amani Bailey, our running back from TCU. Oh, did we look at him? 5'7", 207 pounds.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Amani, what was it again?
Monty
Bailey. TCU.
Bailey.
Pretty good.
We're gonna go that short. We're doing my guy Vidal.
See, here we go. This is how
We're going to go that short.
This is how I get divorced. All right, so Amani Bailey, running back, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, he's not in the top 300 according to PFF here, so no dice there. All right, what do you got, Jacob?
No, he's on
That's
NFL
the right
draft
cost
list.
then, right?
He's ranked like 6th to 7th round, if maybe a UDFA. He's got good, decent
Who is it?
numbers, but the Amani Bailey guy that they're talking about, the TCU guy, he's very undersized. But like I said, if we're gonna go undersized, that guy right there, Kamani Vidal, that's who I would go with. He's the little bowling ball I was talking about.
Did I already pass him?
Amani Bailey.
Yeah, right there.
Clayton's
Oh,
cousin.
Money Vidal. Okay, got you. Yes, 176, 5'8", 218. He's thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Lord have mercy. 69.7, 85.8, 92.4. And where did he play? What is this team here he played for?
This for Troy. He was the leading rusher in FBS last year as well.
Wow.
For real. All right, yeah. 1,661 rushing yards. Holy cow. Averaged 5.6 yards a pop, had 14 touchdowns, 18 receptions.
Man, I don't know, though. That's a lot of tread on those tires, right?
Yeah,
Hey.
he is.
Watch him
Stay away from my guy. Yeah, rushing grade 93.2. He's look, dude, gap 91.8, zone 86.0. What are you gonna say, Jacob?
I was just saying, look at his trends. I don't remember if they were mocking him to us. I just don't see us.
Y'all worked
taking
me like a mule tonight, dude. I swear, my fingers are
Oh, Vikings. I can totally see the Vikings picking him up too. It just seems like a move.
yeah. Or the Patriots, one of those smaller school type deals there. Analysis. Now here's the guy.
Mhm.
That's it. We're done. All right, let's get out of here before I get divorced. All right.
Hmm.
All right. Tim, you got anything? Emilio, Jacob, anybody? Anything?
No.
This is
Combine
fun.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get your popcorn and your daddy sodas ready.
That's right. Now, Tim, you're not going to be on the morning show, right?
Yep.
Okay. Emilio.
I can be, I think.
Okay, cool. Emilio, Jacob.
I'll be there.
Emilio, what are you shaking your head about?
I gotta be at coffee club meeting at 7:30.
Oh, coffee club. Is that like the Finer Things Club on the office?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it is.
the partnership program. Yeah, the Finer Things Club. Yep, we only talk. We don't talk about work. Just about a book we picked.
I got you. Well, they got 2 rules for the coffee shop, my man.
Wash your hands, wash your butt, man. That's it. That's all.
All right. So
The
make
book
sure
we're reading
you
is
take-
taking your eye off the ball. So I mean, it's a good one. I can't wait to see what everybody says about
I
it.
love it, man. I just imagine
That's
Imagine
awesome.
Kevin Malone sitting there reading "Take Your Eye Off the Ball." You gotta love it. Jacob, you said you're good for the morning, bro.
Yep.
All right, Carly will be here too. Carly, hopefully you can make
Yeah.
it. If you can't, no big
Yeah.
deal. But we will be in here acting stupid and talking football. So appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. This was a lot of fun. Hopefully we kept you guys engaged enough. I want to give a special shout out to Zane Strong for the gifting the 10 Packers Total Access YouTube memberships to 10 listeners, viewers. That's awesome. And Mike Heberding, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. We appreciate you. So with that being said, we're out. We will see you guys and gals in the morning for Good Morning Lambeau. For those of you listening on the pod, thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world, and go Pack Go.
The power sweep. Actually, it's the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet. Get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here. And try to run this play in the alley.